Today we are going to take a look at Windows Terminal, which is actually a very popular and also very powerful tool for command lines. It's actually a little bit like tooling. So basically, with this tooling, you can actually have different shells. You can have the Windows default, command prompt, you can have WSL, you can have Git bash, PowerShell, those kind of things. It's a little bit similar to call IMU before. So call IMU is actually basically you have all those tags. You can actually register this themselves. So yourself. So basically you can define what are the shells you want to use. So whether it's CMD, which is the Windows default one, admin version, which is with privilege version for CMD. Then you can also define maybe WSL as long as you find out the WSL subpath, then just call that thing. So that's how ConIMU looks like before. If people are actually still interested, it actually can be downloaded from here. So ConIMU website is actually freeware. So basically got all this type layout. This is actually considered one of the big advantage to use this console than the Windows default. So before Windows Terminal, this is actually the console basically provided by Microsoft. So yeah, so this is actually so there's no tabs layout, and also sometimes it's copy paste, those kind of things is actually a little bit difficult as well. Then that's why actually people switching to some solutions like this, ConIMU. One thing cool about ConIMU is actually you got this quick mode thing, which is actually it can just using Control-Shift M, it actually can basically hide and also maximize the screen. So that's actually the beauty of it. But with Windows Terminal, that mode, which is actually called Quick Mode, is actually available in Windows Terminal as well. So basically, it's actually using Windows and also backtick. It's actually able to hide and also show the screen. So that's another thing. In order to use this application, use Windows Terminal, this actually can be downloaded. So that's open source. This is actually open source, can be downloaded from the Microsoft GitHub page. Alternatively, it can actually just download it from the App Store. So once it's downloaded, then the setup is actually not too difficult. So on the settings page, basically we can register the profile. So each of the shell, I think just now in ConIMU, what we call it, command line or maybe that thing is actually in Windows Terminal syntax is actually called profile. So you can just register one single profile here. So the profile can be shell. Because these are actually the shells I already have on my machine. The Ubuntu is basically WSL. So let's see if we got multiple different WSL here, then it will be shown here as well. Then Git bash here, these kind of things. So once registered, so you can actually basically save it from here. So you will have this drop down here. So let's say if I want to open another Ubuntu shell. So what I need to do is basically I just need to. So I just need to, so the shortcut actually doesn't work from the settings page, but other than that, any other page it will work. So if from here, you want to open a Git bash page, it's just Control-Shift-6 for my case. Then Git bash will be basically working. For Git bash here, I'm actually using this shell. So this is actually all configurable. So I think Ubuntu also, I'm actually using this shell. So we can talk about this shell another day. This shell is actually much more powerful than bash and also the other shells, in my personal opinion. So so basically in the settings page, set up this profile. Since this profile basically will integrate all these shells together. There are some setups, a lot of customization there. But for me, I find it personally very helpful is so the default profile. So the default, I'm actually using WSL. So I just choose Ubuntu. So each time if I'm actually launching it, I don't need to change anything. Like you just click here, just open it. It's actually opening WSL itself. And also the same thing for the quick mode. If I'm actually using Windows K backtick, it will show on the other screen, but basically it will launch the default profile, which is Ubuntu, in the quick mode as well. So that's the first setup I normally do. Then basically for the appearance as well, I like the dark theme, but there are basically a light theme as well to choose from. For interaction, I think the copy paste thing is actually very powerful. So basically this allow, if you check in this thing, it what this thing trying to do is, let's see here. Okay, I really don't have a page. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me try to go to Ubuntu here. Okay, so another powerful thing with Windows Terminal is you can actually split screen. So let's say you have a larger screen, or maybe you just want to do a parallel comparison between each. You can actually do a split screen. So you can actually either do from here, or maybe use your command line, which is Alt-Shift plus or minus. So plus is actually for vertical, minus is actually for horizontal. This thing is actually configurable as well. So here, let's see if I want to, let me jump into Kickload. So I think I got Kickload 2 here. Okay, so it will be, I want to go to this one. I have to go to, okay, I think that's probably the only project I have here. Kickload. Oh, I have another one which is, okay, let's use Kickload. So this is actually where the copy paste comes in, become very helpful. So people actually just select it, then it will be automatically copied. Then if we do a get status, then similarly if we copy this thing, then basically it can be pasted. So this is actually another helpful feature. Other than that, if people want to do more customizations, actually people can open this JSON file. So this file will be basically even more customizations. For example, for Ubuntu, what I've done is I've actually customized the color here. So for example, the title color is actually customizable. So you can actually just choose whichever color you like. I think for so far, Ubuntu is actually in this dark blue kind of color. So let me change it to maybe, okay, just for easy spot of the difference. So if we do this thing, yeah, so it will become this color. So there's some other, yeah, so basically you can change the name, change the tab, those kind of things as well. It's the same. So similarly for the command line, so I'm actually, so for splitting horizontal, I'm actually using Alt-Shift dash, vertical is actually plus. So these things actually can be configurable. I think that's probably roughly it. So yeah, personally, I find Windows Terminal pretty powerful. I'm actually using this actually for most of my day-to-day interactions other than my IDE. So in the project, for example, we can talk about a little bit about this shell as well. So this shell is really powerful. So if we do these things, let's see, maybe I want to go to test project. Okay, okay, maybe I want to go to DGS project. So yeah, it will actually, so if you do a jump, it actually will, so you can see the original directory. Original directory I'm in is actually in original directory is actually in my home directory, but if I do a jump, it actually can immediately jump the commonly used directory, or the directory is actually under that home directory. It can be nested, so it will be actually basically on the project in this place. So yeah, basically I'm actually doing all this in my Windows terminal itself. It's actually pretty powerful. That's probably it for